take a moment to truly appreciate the business model college athletics has perfected. It is arguably the worst one on earth. Here is how it works. You have an open, unregulated bidding system for coaches and athletes, encouraging constant movement and leverage plays every single year. You avoid paying players as employees by using murky marketing rights deals, which creates legal gray areas and leaves schools vulnerable to broken promises. You create a rulebook to control costs and ensure fairness, then instruct the very body meant to enforce those rules to ignore them because you might lose a lawsuit. And you ask your most loyal donors to keep funding this circus, shoveling money to players who may transfer the next season, only to then ask for even more money to lure a new batch of temporary talent. Take a bow. This is the system in all its dysfunctional glory. While the games themselves remain compelling, the inner workings have never looked more chaotic or doomed. We see a third of football players in the transfer portal. Quarterbacks command salaries rivaling NFL first-round picks with no guarantee of performance. Schools that begged for guardrails are now using marketing companies to creatively bypass the very revenue caps they agreed to just months ago. The stories are endless. A quarterback signs a lucrative deal to stay at his school, then immediately enters the portal upon hearing whispers of an even bigger payday elsewhere. The NCAA, powerless, simply waits for a congressional bailout that has not arrived in years and likely never will. And behind the scenes, the environment is pure distrust. Administrators trade documents alleging blatant cheating, like a massive contract allegedly signed by a recruit's grandmother, sparking fury and investigations that lead nowhere because the rules are so flimsy and unenforceable. That incident is not necessarily about wrongdoing, but it reveals the absolute absurdity of the landscape. The entire point of recent multi-million-dollar legal settlements was to end this booster-driven chaos. It failed spectacularly. Now we have a free-for-all where some follow vague rules, some exploit loopholes, and others blatantly ignore any standard, daring a weakened enforcement body to stop them. Coaches and administrators feel they have only two choices: weaponize the system's brokenness or be victimized by it. No one should want this. But this is the chosen path. It is the product of decades of decisions by university leaders who refuse to tear down the crumbling amateur model and build something new, a system with fair pay, professional treatment, and real accountability through collective bargaining. That path would be hard. But as we watch the boat sink deeper each year, patching one leak only to spring 6 more, it is clear the current path is not easy either. It is simply a slow, accepted descent into the abyss, with no bottom in sight. They have engineered their own chaos, and now they must live in it.